Chapter 1: The Dragon's Untold Story. Imagine a slender ribbon of land hugging the eastern edge of the Indochinese peninsula, where emerald mountains plunge into azure seas and ancient pagodas whisper tales of 1,000 years. This is Vietnam, a nation often described as an ascending dragon poised to soar. Its story is one of breathtaking contrasts. The chaotic hum of motorbikes in Hanoi's Old Quarter blends with the serene mist over Ha Long Bay. The scars of war coexist with a youthful, exuberant energy that pulses through cities like Ho Chi Minh City. With nearly 100 million people, Vietnam packs a staggering array of landscapes, cultures, and flavors into a coastline stretching over 3,000 kilometers. From the terraced rice fields of Sapa carved by generations of Hmong farmers to the floating markets of the Mekong Delta, life here is intimately tied to water and land. Yet, behind the postcard beauty lies a nation of extraordinary resilience. Having endured colonial rule, devastating conflict, and economic isolation, Vietnam has transformed itself into one of the world's most dynamic economies without surrendering its soul. In this documentary, we will peel back the layers of this S-shaped nation, exploring its geography, history, people, and the driving forces that make Vietnam truly unique. Welcome to Vietnam Explained. Chapter 2: The Land of Two Deltas. Stretching over 1,600 kilometers from north to south, Vietnam's geography is defined by its S-shape, a sinuous dragon hugging the South China Sea. The nation is anchored by two vast river deltas. In the north, the Red River Delta cradles Hanoi, a densely populated plain where wet rice cultivation flourished for millennia. In the south, the Mekong Delta forms a sprawling maze of waterways, orchards, and paddies that feed the nation and export rice globally. Between these basins rises the mountainous Annamite Range, cloaked in tropical forests and home to astonishing biodiversity, including rare saola and gibbons. The coastline, all 3,200 kilometers, is fringed with sandy beaches, secluded lagoons, and dramatic limestone karsts that erupt from the sea of Ha Long Bay, a UNESCO site of ethereal beauty. Inland, central highlands offer coffee plantations and waterfalls. Deep below lies Sun Dong, the world's largest cave, massive enough to house its own jungle and river. The climate varies: tropical monsoon in the south and 4 distinct seasons in the north, sometimes dusting Sapa's peaks with rare snow. This geographical diversity, compressed into a long narrow strip, makes Vietnam a tapestry of microclimates, shaping agriculture and the resilient character of its people. Chapter 3: Echoes of a Turbulent Past. Vietnam's history reads like an epic of resistance, shaped by foreign invasion and an unyielding will to self-rule. Legend traces the nation's birth over 4,000 years ago, when a dragon lord and a mountain fairy gave rise to 100 children. For over a millennium, beginning in 111 BCE, China's Han Dynasty dominated the Red River Delta, imposing its language and Confucian ideals, yet Vietnamese identity simmered beneath. Independence burst forth in 938 AD when Ngo Nguyen defeated the southern Han on the Bac Dang River, launching a golden era of dynasties like the Lion Tran, who repelled Mongol invasions 3 times. The later Lu expanded southward, absorbing Campa and carving the nation's elongated shape. In the 19th century, French colonizers unified Vietnam under Indochina, exploiting its resources. The 20th century erupted. Ho Chi Minh declared independence in 1945, sparking the First Indochina War that ended French rule, only for the country to split. The Vietnam War, known as the American War, pitted the Communist North against the US-backed South, devastating the land until 1975. Reunification under Hanoi ushered in collectivization and isolation. Then, in 1986, the Doi Moi reforms unleashed market forces, setting Vietnam on a path of renewal and global integration, stunning for a war-racked nation. Chapter 4: The Soul of Vietnam. Vietnam pulses with nearly 100 million souls, a mosaic of 54 recognized ethnic groups. The Kin form the majority, but the mountainous north is home to Hmong, Dao, and Thai peoples, each preserving distinct languages, vibrant textiles, and terraced farming. The central highlands echo with gong music of the Eid and Jerai, while Khmer communities dot the Mekong Delta with ornate pagodas. This diversity weaves through a shared identity rooted in Confucian filial piety, Buddhist compassion, and ancestor worship, where spirits guide daily life. The calendar pulses with festivals, Tet, the Lunar New Year, is the most sacred, when families reunite, pay debts, and feast on Bonchung sticky rice cakes to honor earth and sky. In the streets, life unfolds on two wheels. Over 45 million motorbikes create a choreographed chaos that works. Traditional Ao Dai tunics grace schools and weddings, while water puppet shows splash centuries-old legends across liquid stages. Education is fiercely prized, parents sacrifice to ensure their children climb higher. Underpinning everything is a deep resilience and optimism, forged by generations who have weathered war, poverty, and separation, yet greet strangers with a smile and an invitation for tea. This is a culture where the past is never far, but eyes are fixed on tomorrow. Chapter 5, From Rice Fields to Silicon. Just a generation ago, Vietnam was synonymous with poverty and wartime deprivation. Today, it stands as one of Asia's most dynamic economies, a remarkable turnaround triggered by the 1986 Doi Moi reforms, which abandoned central planning for market socialism. The country pivoted from a rice-importing nation to the world's second-largest rice exporter, and a top exporter of coffee, pepper, cashews, and seafood. Foreign investment transformed it into a manufacturing powerhouse. Giants like Samsung, Intel, and Nike employ millions in vast industrial parks, churning out smartphones, textiles, and electronics for global brands. Exports surpass $300 billion annually, driven by a young workforce of nearly 60 million, earning modest wages but gaining skills. Urbanization exploded. Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi now boast towering skylines, shopping malls, and a burgeoning middle class. Tourism became a vital pillar, drawing over 18 million visitors pre-pandemic. Yet growth brings pains, pollution, corruption, and overstretched infrastructure test its ambitions. The nation is navigating a transition from low-cost assembly to high-tech innovation, investing in renewables and digital startups. With GDP growth above 6%, Vietnam is negotiating trade pacts and positioning itself as a supply chain linchpin, a testament to reform's power. Chapter 6, A Feast for the Senses. Vietnamese cuisine is a symphony of fresh herbs, pungent fish sauce, and delicate balance, turning every meal into a celebration of five tastes. At its heart lies rice, appearing in noodles, wrappers, steamed rolls, and bowls of pho that have conquered the world. Pho, a beef or chicken noodle soup simmered with star anise, cinnamon, and charred ginger, is the national dish, found on every street corner from dawn until midnight. Equally iconic is banh mi, a crusty baguette from French colonialism, stuffed with pâté, cold cuts, pickled daikon, cilantro, and chile, a perfect fusion of East and West. Travel south and you encounter broken rice plates' sweet savory bustle, while Central Hue offers intricate royal dumplings. In Hanoi, Bun Cha pairs grilled pork patties with rice vermicelli and herbs, famously shared by Bourdain with Obama. Street food is the nation's soul. On tiny plastic stools, diners dip spring rolls into nuoc cham, and sip Siafius ueda, a potent sweet iced coffee from Robusta beans that make Vietnam the world's second-largest coffee producer. Every dish tells a story of geography, from the Mekong Delta's tropical fruits to the northern mountains' hardy produce. To eat in Vietnam is to understand its people, resourceful, inventive, and endlessly hospitable. Chapter 7, Timeless Wonders. Vietnam's landscape bursts with places of staggering beauty and historical depth, none more iconic than Ha Long Bay. This UNESCO site in the Gulf of Tonkin features over 1,600 limestone karsts and islets jutting from emerald waters, best explored by overnight junk boat through misty seascapes. Southward, the imperial city of Hue preserves the Nguyen dynasty's legacy within its monumental citadel, where ornate palaces, temples, and the perfume river whisper tales of royal intrigue. Further down the coast, Hoi An enchants with its lantern-lit ancient town, a preserved trading port lined with Chinese shophouses, Japanese bridges, and French colonial buildings, where tailors craft custom suits overnight. Near Ho Chi Minh City, the Siu Chi tunnels offer a chilling journey through a 100-mile underground network where Viet Cong fighters lived during the war, a testament to human endurance. For nature lovers, Phong Naku Bang National Park shelters Sun Dong, the world's largest cave, a subterranean marvel vast enough to house a Manhattan block. Adventure seekers scale Fansipan Peak, Indochina's roof, or trek through the golden rice terraces of Sapa, meeting ethnic minority villages. In the south, the Mekong Delta's floating markets buzz at dawn, while Phu Quoc Island's pristine sands lure beach lovers. Each site offers a window into its soul. Chapter 8: Secrets of the Dragon. Beyond the famous sights and steaming bowls of pho, Vietnam is a treasure trove of surprises. It houses the world's largest cave, Sun Dong, so colossal a Boeing 747 could fly through its main passage and clouds form inside its microclimate. The country is the planet's second largest coffee producer, but locals rarely drink plain black espresso. They favor café suede, a sweet iced coffee with condensed milk that outsells global chains. Vietnam is the top exporter of black pepper and cashew nuts, seasoning meals across continents. With 100 million people, there are over 45 million registered motorbikes, making it the capital of two-wheeled transport. You'll see entire families, livestock, and improbable cargo balanced on a single Honda. Despite its communist government, Vietnam has one of the region's most open market economies, and its Latin-based script, Quoc Ngu, developed by Portuguese missionaries, allows tourists to read signs phonetically. The country has 54 ethnic groups but a youthful median age of just 31, fueling dynamism. It maintains diplomatic relations with nearly every nation, including the United States, with which it fought a brutal war half a century ago. Surprisingly, Vietnam ranks among the top 10 in happiness surveys, despite modest income, testament to communal optimism. Chapter 9: The Dragon's Next Chapter. As the sun rises over the Mekong Delta, painting the sky in orange and lavender, a new Vietnam takes shape. This nation has moved from the wreckage of war to the cusp of a modern future, reinventing itself without severing its ancient soul. Today, skyscrapers rise beside thousand-year-old temples, and bullet trains are planned to replace rattling buses, yet life's rhythm remains unhurried. Vietnam's greatest asset is its people, a youthful, tech-savvy generation with a fierce startup culture, determined to transcend the challenges their parents endured. The road ahead is steep. The economy is forecast to become one of the 20 largest by mid-century, but it must navigate climate change, especially the sinking Mekong Delta threatening its rice bowl. Rapid urbanization demands smarter cities, and education must fuel innovation beyond assembly lines. Politically, Vietnam walks a tightrope between one-party rule and the rising expectations of a connected citizenry. Yet if history is any guide, the Vietnamese will meet these tests with the same resilience they have always shown. Having defeated empires, unified a divided land, and turned bombs into rice terraces, the nation holds endless promise. Vietnam is not just a destination, it is a story of endurance and reinvention, and the dragon is only beginning to spread its wings.